Hi guys, I'm going to do a little comparison video between the Mobula7 HD and the Cinebee 75 HD. Just going to quickly compare some of the specs, the main sort of differences, and then we're going to do a comparison on some cinematic flight footage and some Acro freestyle footage. So on the Mobula, they are running the 1102 10,000 kV motors. On the Cinebee, they're running 1103 11,000 kV motors. Both quads are running the Cadix Turtle V2. Only difference between the two are the lenses. On the Mobula, it's got the traditional glass or plastic lens, as you see through. On the Cinebee, it's actually running a sort of ND filter. It's running a filtered lens. I'm assuming this is how they claim it's jello free with this lens, but it's not. We'll go into that a bit later. Traditional Whoop one-piece frame from the Mobula, running a Crazy Bee F4 board, and the Cinebee is running a Spec, I think it's called, actual stack. It's a mini stack. It's got so everything's separate. So you've got the flight control in the middle, VTX on the top, and you've got the actual ESCs on the bottom. On the frame for this is sort of a traditional quad freestyle frame, with the top deck, bottom deck, the motor guards, ducts, whatever you want to call them, they are separate. They do detach individually. Got the traditional standoffs, which holds the camera in, which is on the TPU mount. With the Mobula being a Whoop frame, you are sort of limited to what battery options you can have, purely just because of the obviously the way the battery sits. Unless you chop this away and you try and fit a Velcro strap in, you're sort of limited to what you can fit in. On the Iflight, all the batteries sit at the top. It doesn't come with that silicone pad. I've had to put that in myself. Again, this is not the original Velcro strap, just because I was running a bigger battery. But yeah, you are a lot more versatile with battery options with this guy. On the Mobula, I run the Happy Model 3S, the G&B 3S, which is exactly the same battery. Don't let anyone tell you any different, they are exactly the same. I also run on the Mobula the G&B 302S, and this is a G&B 525 that were single cells that I've just made into 2S, just to give me a bit more longevity, because this guy only lasts around about 2-3 minutes. On the Mobula, this guy's around about 4 to 5 minutes. I've run the Happy Model and the G&B both on the 3S on the Cinebee, as well as the 2S. 2S is no good. I don't like it on 2S, same as I don't really like this on 2S. Much prefer both on 3S. So on the 3S for the Cinebee, I've just made, again, making packs, because in the UK no one seems to stock many batteries. This is some 600 milliamp Magafire 1S batteries that I've made into 3S. Very heavy battery, but I am getting about 5 to 6 minutes worth of cinematic footage with that guy on here, but it's very heavy. So that's sort of your battery options between the two, what you can sort of fit in, what you can't fit in. Propellers, these are the gem fans that come with the Cinebee. Fantastic when you want to try to learn how to use the quad, how to fly the quad, how it's going to handle. But take them off. As soon as you've had it and you know you're happy with it, take them off. You get jello, a lot of jello with them. The HQ props are a lot better, a hell of a lot better in fact. Negates pretty much all the jello, but very brittle. As you can see on that one, the ducts are quite flimsy, but they're strong. So when I had a little tiny bump against the wall, it deviated, caught the other side of the duct, and it just broke the prop. As you can see, I'm running on there the Mobula trash can, ear sheen, whichever one, the King Kong LDOC, they all seem to be making this prop. Running that on there at the minute purely because they're better than these, more durable than these, and I get a tiny bit of jello, but I've got loads of these hanging around, so I'll just put them on. Again, Mobula, these props are fine, but they do produce jello, whereas the HQ props don't. But again, same issue, very brittle. Bit of deviation on the frame, catches the propeller, snaps it. So that's first up, let's have a look at the cinematic footage. So you can see they're both handled slow cinematic flight, you know, fine, as you'd expect them to. This guy being slightly heavier with the bigger motors, slightly more torque on these, does fly in little tiny gusts of wind that do seem to prop up, and it handles them a lot better and a lot easier than this guy. This guy's a lot lighter. So, you know, for the cinematic sort of thing, if that's what you're going to be flying, if that's all you're going to be flying, and you don't want it for anything else, you know, you don't want it to take a minute taking outside, you know, and doing anything else but the cinematic stuff, go for that guy. He's perfect. These can do it, but I think it's more suited for this. But saying that, but putting now on the next videos, I actually can, and actually did, and actually do fly this guy in Acro. It's a challenge, but I can get this to do most of the flips and rolls and other freestyle things that you do with quads, which quite surprised me. So let's have a look at that.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna
So as you can tell, this pretty much handled everything I threw at it. I was running that in the video with the G&B 3S. When that sort of gets quite low on its voltage, you do tend to get the yaw washouts, which everyone seems to be moaning about, especially when you're coming down from big dives or pulling off a big manoeuvre. But that was only ready towards really like the very end of the battery. But this can Acro, so you know, don't just think this is only for cinematic footage. This can do more than that. It can, I think, you know, it will surprise you how much you can do with this. On the video for the Mobula, that was being flown on 2S purely because I've got a brand new board in this, and I don't particularly want to blow it up just yet. But I was running on 2S, which was on this 2S 300 milliamp, just because of the size and the weight. It's a lot lighter than the other 2S battery. And yes, this does handle better, purely just because of the weight. I mean, this one's like 46 grams. I think this one's around about 71, 72 grams. So, you know, there is a bit of a weight difference between the two. So, you know, Acro on this, especially on 3S, is just unreal. It's fantastic to fly on Acro on 3S. Or even on 2S, if you just use flying style a bit, but you know, it's still really good. This guy, I only fly on 3S, you know, and the Acro, you saw in the footage, it managed it, it handled it. It's obviously not as good as the Mobula, but you know, you got to take your hat off to Iflight. They've managed to create the cinematic thing, cinematic quad, that I can also, if I wanted to, do a bit of Acro with, which I'm happy with. So that's pretty much it. I think we've covered most of the bases on the comparisons. If there's anything else you want to see, just let me know. Just leave a couple of comments down below. I hope this video has been helpful. Keep flying, guys.